friends, welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Katelyn and I like to film eyeshadow palette ranking and review videos, as well as the occasional other content sprinkled in. So if you like indie makeup, if you like eyeshadow palettes, if you like me, I highly recommend that you hit that subscribe button because I post videos occasionally, intermittently. Anyways, for those of you that are not new here, my face is happy that you are seeing it again, and I am so excited. Today we have a new Simply Posh Cosmetics palette. This is the Coastal palette, if you haven't seen it before, and I'm going to commit to doing 2 looks because I know I need to do my makeup, not tomorrow, but the next day, so I'm at least going to get my makeup, do my makeup twice, so I feel like I can promise 2 looks. But anyways, let's go ahead and get on into it. Something is off with my lighting. Okay, I know there's a shadow with my lighting. Something weird is happening. I haven't filmed in, I don't know how long, weeks. I have videos that I need to edit, but haven't had time. Anyways, I won't get into it, but let me show you the palette and let me talk about some details on the palette. So I was gifted this in PR with no obligation to post, but Simply Posh is one of my favorite brands, so I'm always happy to post with their products. But here is the inside of the palette. It is a kind of like a more, it's honestly like a more neutral, it's like neutrals with a pop of blue, I would say, but it's like, I would say their version of a neutral palette. I really am excited about this. It is made in the PRC, 12-month open container, cruelty-free, paraben-free, mineral oil-free, and talc-free. So I do believe it has synthetic, it has mica and synthetic mica. So it has mica in some of the shades as an ingredient, and I think that's everything. I don't see anything about it saying that it's vegan, but I also don't see like carmine as an ingredient, but maybe I'm missing it. Anyways, if you're wanting to make sure it's vegan, I would double check on their site. I'm sure that will have more info. But let's go ahead and get into look number 1. Now I do have, I think, pretty much all the other Simply Posh palettes, like since they started doing this size and layout. I guess, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I have all their palettes going back to Fairy Tale Fairies, which is the best pastel palette. Well, maybe, let me not be that dramatic. It's one of the best pastel palettes of all time, in my humble opinion. It might be my favorite. I do really like the Pastel Garden from BellaBeauteBar, though, so it might be those 2 pastel palettes, but anywho, I am applying the About Face Shadow Fix Primer. I had a shirt on that went better with this palette, but picked my son up when he woke up early from his nap and he spit up all over it. So yeah, good times. Good times. Don't get dressed early. That's the lesson I learned today. I don't know what I want to do. I don't think this palette really goes with the shirt I have on now. So there's that. I did have these 2 shades show up broken. This shade is really delicate, so the Simply Posh actually shipped this separate from the palette, which I think is nice because if it had broken, I would have had it everywhere in the palette. So because it broke and was in its own like single container, I was able to more easily repress it. This one was just a little broken. I was able to repress it, but I had to spray alcohol and it kind of got into the mattes like right here, so hopefully that doesn't impact the performance of the mattes, but full disclosure on that. I'm gonna start with the shade Shell, which is this golden shade up here. It's like a golden-y yellow, or like green, I mean, I don't know. Okay, so next we're gonna take the shade Shoreline. That was hard for me to say, but it's the like medium brown. That's a really pretty color. I like the tone of that a lot. And then I want to go into Coastal. I think that's a little bit darker than Shoreline, so I feel like we can deepen up this crease a little bit more. Yeah, it's slightly darker. I'm going to take the shade Sunbathe and put that all over. I'm at least going to go to the middle. We'll see. I might try and put another shimmer on there. I mean, you could just like put this all over the lid, and I feel like this is a very like neutral leaning look. Like, I don't think this is too crazy. If you're somebody who is afraid of color, I'm gonna add a little something. We're gonna take Tropical which is that shimmer that's in the middle of the gray row. Has kind of like a purple undertone to it. It's really pretty. What I really love about the Simply Posh palettes is the layout. I feel like it's so recognizable. They do the light matte, the dark matte, and then the shimmer, like coordinating in the rows. It's super easy to use, very user friendly if you like kind of like a more monochromatic look. Even if you don't like a monochromatic look, it's pretty user friendly, I feel like, because you can kind of mix and match. What I also particularly like is they almost always give you like a half cool toned, half warm palette, which I think is nice because you kind of hit both ends of the spectrum from like a tonal standpoint. I wanted to add a little something because I feel like that purple shimmer is darker than these browns and pinks. So let me see if I can get a little something in here. I'm gonna try this palm shade, although it doesn't look very deep in the pan. I'm just gonna see since it's paired with the shimmer. It's kind of a weird vibe because we have like really warm and then like gray. I wouldn't have intentionally paired those if I didn't need more depth, but I guess that's what I get for going in with that shimmer. It's swampy, I would say. The shimmers look gorgeous, as they always do. I think I want to try... I'm going to do the inner corner actually after I do my base makeup. I don't know why I said actually, I always do it that way. But I'm going to do that, come back, and I'm going to do a pop of blue on the inner corner. I think that'll be fun. And I think that'll be the look, but yeah, you'll see it in 0.2 seconds. I say that every time. My baby is on the ground playing, so if you hear anything in the background, that is him. But let's put the shade Paradise on the inner corner just to kind of finish this look out. And I will say I did go to the bathroom and I liked the look a lot more in the bathroom because the different flips of the shades I feel like show up better in not the studio lighting. Everything's pulling like the really strong like gold or yellow flip, and I think you get a little bit more of the other shades coming through. Like you'll see more of the orange and the purple in different lighting. That's basically going to be it for the look. I haven't done my brows yet because I don't know what wig I want to wear, but I will come back and show you the finished look. Okay, here's the finished look. I had to change my shirt again because I got spit up on again, and I didn't feel like putting lashes on. I was running out of time earlier and my husband and I went to dinner, so then we came back and now I'm filming this a couple hours later. Anyways, long story short, I'm not putting on lashes just to take them off in 2 seconds. So here is the finished look. I definitely liked it better than in this lighting. Like I said earlier, it's really just pulling all of the like gold sparkle out with the studio lighting, but in regular light you see more of the nuance of the shimmers. I feel like you get more of that blue happening here. The duochrome effect is stronger in different lighting. But yeah, so this is it for look number 1. Let's move on to look number 2. Okay, let's do look number 2 with the Coastal palette. I think actually, I think inspiration just struck. I think I kind of want to do the like greeny greigey tones in the crease and then like pop of like light blue on the inner corner. I think that should be light enough. Let's do that and hope for the best. I primed my lids with my About Face Shadow Fix Primer. Same as always. I'm going to start with Shell in the crease again, just because I feel like that's a good crease color for me. I'm also going to fix my microphone. Hopefully that's better. And I'm not going to go all the way over because I want to put that blue over here. On my skin tone, this is just like such a nice basic crease color. I really like it a lot. Now I'm going to take Island. Also, if my eyebrows and nose are really red, it's because I was just attempting to pluck some of my eyebrow hairs because they were a little unruly in this area. Okay, that yellow and that gray together make like the perfect like olivey green color. I really like it. So Shell and Island. Okay, and then we're gonna use, I feel like I want to use Palms to keep it like the same color, but I used Palms yesterday. I also used Shell yesterday, but I also kind of want to pull in, I'm gonna go Palms. We're gonna pull in Palms. I'm doing it. Okay, so now I'm gonna take Seaside. I am obsessed with that. I think that turned out so fun. I really like this color combination. We're gonna go Paradise and Saltwater on the lid. And I did wet my brush for this. Also feel like this look could have been an all matte look, like if I just placed the mattes differently so I wasn't leaving the lid space open for the shimmers. I think this color combination would be a really fun all matte look. That is very purple. Saltwater is definitely a really purple base. All right, we will figure this out. Now what I want to do is pull in Deep Sea. I'm going to use this as like kind of like a smoky liner situation. I am really happy with how this turned out. So I'm going to go finish the rest of my makeup. I'll come back, show you the finished look, and share my thoughts, which are sort of first impressions, but I've used a decent, let's see, I think I've used 11 out of the 18 shades. Anyways, whatever, doesn't matter. I'll come back and let you know what I think so far. Here is the finished look. Absolutely obsessed. Full disclosure, I did add the Half Magic glitter pill in Pretty Puddle, just to where I had smoked the like teal shade in the middle of like that smoky liner, just to add like a little bit more sparkle to the center. I feel like the lashes cover it a little bit, but if you see extra sparkle happening, that is this thing. Anyways, overall thoughts on the palette. Absolutely love it. I think it's great. I think these, this shade Deep Sea, worked really well with palms to like create more depth that I was wanting with this palette. So I do feel like for my skin tone, I have the Deep Sea shade as like the deeper shade. I'm not sure if on other skin tones this palette goes that deep, but I do think it's really pretty. I really like the kind of mutedness like of it, because it's not exactly a neutral palette, but it's almost like it's very earthy in a way that I don't think we typically see with earthy, and I think it perfectly captures the theme, the coastal vibe. I really enjoy this palette. I do think if you have like other Simply Posh palettes, it might look similar because they tend to do the like warm section and the cool tone section, but I do feel like these tones are different compared to the other palettes that they have. You may have a couple of shades that look kind of similar. I will try and remember to link my friend Kelly's comparison swatches down below. She did a great job with that over on Instagram. But yeah, anyways, that's my thoughts on this. If you wanted to pick this palette up, again, my code is Katelyn and it will save you 10%, and it is affiliated, so if you use it, I appreciate it. I do believe this palette, Citrus Punch, and Aurora Lights are all up for pre-order now. If you want to see looks with Citrus Punch and Aurora Lights, head to go to my page and just search those palettes on my channel, and you can find videos with those. I will try to link them down below as well if I remember. I really love Citrus Punch, so just saying. But anyways, that's it for me. I will see you all next time. Bye!